Alright guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Medieval Fantasy Town. Now I'm opening it, Building a Medieval Fantasy Town slash world in Minecraft. Yeah, because this episode is a bit special, probably the next one as well. Because you know, like I said in the last episode, or as you guys have seen in the last episode, by the way, I'm gonna increase the sound here a bit. As you guys have seen in the last episode, we have now finished all of the city in the overworld, or you know, everything above the dirt level, I would say, or above the grass level. So that means we have built all of the buildings right now in the city. I'm still obviously, this is just a work in progress, obviously, as a whole, where we just, you know, add some decorations and so forth, change things up. But these are just like more minor details. So the big thing of the city, or the big step of building the city has been completed. And now obviously my next project, as you guys know, will be the monastery, which, or you know, where I already have a specific place in mind, which is not too far from the existing city, because obviously I want to later connect these with each other, and everything else we will still build. And so therefore, while I'm preparing this, or you know, while I'm figuring out how I want to plan this, because I have not really any plans, but I think for a monastery I cannot just go like ahead and just build on, you know, just how I want. I want to actually plan it a little bit and try to pick up certain structures and plans, or historical plans of monasteries, because obviously, you know, where I'm coming from, we do have a decent amount of monasteries available. So I will check out those and then maybe, you know, compare and pick up some things of the these existing monasteries and use it in my build. And so therefore I have to first make sort of like a foundation, right? So I have to first plan a foundation, how I build it, because obviously a monastery is not only a church, it's also like dormitories, it's a kitchen, it's a storage, it's obviously outside working spaces, for example gardens, vineyards, whatever else, right? So there's a lot of things we have to, or we have to kind of like consider, and obviously that will take some time. And so therefore, before we actually getting started there, I would like to use the next two, maybe three episodes, with sort of like an interlude, right, where we're covering a little bit more in the inner city, and by that I mean everything below the surface, right? Everything which is under the city. And obviously we still have, or we do have a decent amount of projects there, and you know, I will fulfill these while we're building the monasteries, so forth, and everything else, because this will be kind of like the city itself, a project which will be, with the time moving forward, we're just gonna come back to it and build a bit and so forth, because I just don't want to finish it as a whole at once, since there's like literally no ending there. So obviously, therefore, I decided we're gonna do like some, like I said, two or maybe three interlude videos, where I want to focus a little bit on these projects below the city. And yeah, I did, in this episode, it's not that much, but I would like to show you guys my progress there. Some of it I maybe have covered, but a decent amount of it has been changed, so we're gonna check those out. Or check this out. As you can see, yeah, I will obviously leave those chests here, and I will move them when we are going to, you know, go for the monastery, right? So therefore these are still there. But yeah, for that, you know, for showing that, I would like to go below, obviously. Now here is not really anything I've changed, right? It's just the same farms we still have, a bee farm there. But yeah, I did change a few things. So first of all, here, this is kind of like my main room as a cellar, or main sort of like crossing, I would call it, since I would like to go into certain directions, there, and there. So we might want to consider building more breeding station or a villager trading hall into this area. Maybe even in that, I'm not sure how much or how many I still need. And then maybe a breeding farm into this direction. Maybe some other things. Like maybe an automatic farm or whatever else, right? Various automatic farms. Because, like I said, I would like to use this sort of space here to concentrate some farms. Because most often these farms don't really look that cool or not really fitting that into the old world. And I would also like to keep the trading farm, the villager trading hall, and villager breeding farm, who knows, just down here, right? And now first thing first, obviously here is this kind of, like I said, a crossing. And then, yeah, as you can see, I did also finish this area up here with the roof. I'm super happy with how it turned out. And I also did use or picked up a decent more or additional villagers, librarian, right? And yeah, obviously we still have, this is still work in progress, because you actually do need to spend a lot of time until you have enchantments, which you don't really have, and also are on a super high level, right? So obviously, the more enchantments we have here, the more it gets harder getting new ones, which we have not yet found. So obviously that took me quite some time here. But I'm pretty happy here. We're, soon finishing it up. I'm obviously in the need of some more minor enchantments, which I've not yet covered. But also the Fortunes 3, which is one of the bigger ones I still need to get. Right, so this obviously took me quite some time. Like I said, I'm super happy with how this one turned out here. And then, you can go here. By the way, these chests are just for storing books. And, I'm just gonna move them already in here. Emeralds, where you can sort of like trade your stuff if you want to. By the way, this sound is so loud. I'm just gonna reduce it a bit. Still so loud. Wait. Bruh. Okay, now it's fine. And obviously here I did the same thing. We can kind of move this away now. And yeah, obviously here you guys might have already seen that. That's the farmer's place, where I probably will do the same to this side, since these farmers have pretty cool offers, and we are obviously having already automatic farms in these sections. So obviously the more we have, the more we can trade at once. So I will probably fulfill these completely with farmers as well. And then last but not least, this small door is not yet, this is obviously all work in progress here, because I need to connect these. I have built here another space for the storage. Additionally, because obviously, as you can see guys, we do have up here, or it's connected to the main storage hole, right? But I would like to store, obviously, especially like pumpkins and stuff, which are always getting produced, but can't be really stored there, right? Because it's always kind of filling up the chests. So therefore, I'm currently putting them in here. And the same obviously will happen with things like dirt. Things we have a decent amount of, and we just want to store some of it so that we always have enough, and eventually, could use them for trading or maybe making bone meal and so forth, right? So yeah, that's kind of like the progress here so far. I will probably continue here finishing those trading spaces, at least to this side here. Eventually also down there with the farmers, right? We're gonna do the same. And then I feel like we have kind of finished this section here overall. And I could also mention, guys, that we're gonna build here an automatic furnace system or something like that. And obviously this one has to eventually go all the way to somewhere else. But yeah, these are all things we're gonna do another time. Obviously, as I said, still a work in progress, guys. And at the end of the episode, this is obviously the part 1 of the interludes. We will continue with that one probably in the next one as well, until I have a decent plan on how I want to build the monastery. And then maybe another interlude, who knows, and then I'm gonna, in another episode, we're gonna then start to cover the monastery by building the foundation and so forth, where I'm gonna build it and everything else. And I probably will do sort of like not a separate, I'm not really sure yet how I want to cover it on YouTube, but I think I will put out a put the same into the same YouTube playlist and calling it, maybe we're gonna just start to call it Building a Medieval Fantasy World instead of a town, since we have now finished the town, right? But yeah, this is a thing for another story. As always, guys, let me know what you guys think of this episode. It's a bit short one, not that much of content, but I wanted to give you guys at least some things which I'm currently working on, and then I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're gonna continue here. So take care, and thank you guys for watching.